back to the Walking with Wanzu podcast. I'm your host, Yvette Wanzu. How are you? How have you been? How has life been treating you? It's been treating you good? Tough times? Sending you hugs and love nonetheless. This is a safe space that I have created for us to be able to talk about all things life, and I draw from my own personal life experiences, some of the good, the bad, and some of the very laughable ones. This is me just giving you a tiny little sneak peek of what goes on in my head and in my heart, if you will. Thank you so much for tuning in. Happy listening. Hi guys, welcome back to the podcast, episode 5 of season 4. I am so excited because we are back in the middle of the episode and I'm really excited. Thank you so much for all the support and the feedback I've been getting. 5 is one of my favorite numbers and I feel like today is a special episode because I have yet another guest. The first, I think it was the second or the third episode we had, that's when we got our second guest of the Walking with Wanzu podcast. But today we have a guest that I have been trying to get to come onto the podcast for the longest time. Luckily, because they are busy and they have a life and they've been acting sweet for themselves, they finally made time out of their busy schedule to come on here and take a walk with me on the Walking with Wanzu podcast. So without further ado, I don't like to introduce people. I feel like every time I introduce someone, I water it down. So I'll let him introduce himself.
Hi guys, my name is Anthony, but I like going with my pet name, Bo. That's Beau.
Okay. Well, Sawa, thank you for introducing yourself. Would you like to tell us what it is that you do and why you're on the podcast? No? Okay, Sawa. You people will have to keep guessing. If you want his number, just send me M-Pesa. I'll share my number down below on the link. Okay, so today we're going to do a fun episode. I feel like we've been so serious. We're talking about healings, boundaries, and all of that. So I want us to do something fun, and we're going to do 21 questions. If you're old like me and you're now a millennial, you know the famous song by 50 Cent, 21 questions. Na kama hujaisikia, tupatane hapo nyuma ya tent nikucheze.
Do you normally have a comment section?
I do. I have a comment section, especially for those who listen on the listen to the podcast on Spotify. There's always like a comment section over there for sharing. So if there's anyone who's listening to this and you know about that song I'm referring to, please comment down below. Help me not to feel old. 30 is really making me feel like an ancestor. And those of you who are in your mid-30s, how are you feeling? Asijataja mtu. Ni kama niko na yeye hapa. Are you guys okay? So I'm going to read out the questions. You're going to answer because you're the guest, and then me, I'll answer after you, and then we'll just get into it as we go.
How random will be the question?
Very random, as deep as it gets, as ratchet as it gets, and then as playful as it gets. So it's pretty random. But we'll keep it cute. We'll start it off at a very cute and polite note. What's the best compliment you've received?
Now that I have to think, but I think someone said that I am the epitome of tall, dark, and handsome.
Hey, okay.
I think that came from you, Amma.
It did?
And I'm joking.
Okay, well, if you want me to confirm, I don't think they were, I could see some truth in it. I could see, did you feel like they were saying the truth? So that's the best compliment you ever received?
If I just think on my feet, I'll go with that.
You'll go with that?
Yeah.
Okay. I think someone told me, and it was a while back I was talking to them, maybe it was earlier on this year, that I am a very resourceful person.
No.
And I've never thought of it that way. Because I'm always that person who, if someone needs something, I'd like find a solution or get a plug or do this. But I've always, now I thought, okay, I'm resourceful. Like, this is something I can even make money out of. I've never thought of myself that way.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, yeah, best compliment I've received. What is your favorite pastime and why?
Can I go with 2?
Yeah.
Maybe board games with my friends, or just watching sports.
Okay.
Just being a dude and watching sports over the weekend.
I know. Man, can you do something else with your lives? So watching sports and playing board games.
Yeah. And
Basically,
spending time with
games
my son.
and spending time with your son. Yeah. Did I
spending
mention
time
he's a
with
dad? Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. My favorite pastime would be sleeping because we're adulting, and then listening to podcasts, like Walking with Wanzo. Shameless plug. Okay, let's get to the next one. What's your most embarrassing memory?
Oh, I was actually talking about that today with someone. Don't know what I can go with.
I think this is a good time to say that this is a safe space.
Why
you
don't
can
you-
get
why
as
don't-
messy as it gets. Ama, there are so many, you don't even know which one to choose.
Why don't you go first, as I think?
As you pick from the many embarrassing moments that you've had.
Yes, please.
What's my... I think it was recent. And I was even talking to someone about this the other day when I was drinking. My cousins always have this funny obsession with Hennessy. I never knew what it was. So me at that point, I had only seen Hennessy in like music videos and whatever. I hadn't thought too much of it. And then during that time, I wasn't drinking as much.
Yeah.
And then so there was this one time, one of my cousins gifted my other cousin a bottle of Hennessy, and so I see it. Of course, we were a couple of bottles down, and we were talking and we were being loud. And I look at the bottle and I go like, cognac. Could you see like my cousin turned with sheer disgust, and he looked at me and told me, it's cognac. My self-esteem left the room. I don't think of that. So every time I see cognac, that's what I go back to. Yeah. I think that's the most recent embarrassing moment I've had.
Because you've mentioned drinks on that.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of my most embarrassing moments was back in 2013.
Mm-hmm.
We'd gone for rugby in Diani.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so I play rugby. I used to play rugby.
Where? Too many M-Pesa wapendwa. This one is it's a catch. Mm-hmm.
And so we ended up winning the tournament. It was our first time down in Diani for rugby.
Yeah.
And so we were given a bottle of Jägermeister, what we are having right now, guys.
We just had a couple of shots.
And
mm-hmm.
those guys made Jaeger bombs for everyone.
What's a Jaeger bomb, if I may ask?
So Jaeger bombs, it's Jägermeister mixed with an energy drink. Okay. Most preferably Red Bull.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So everyone was given a Jaeger bomb, and me now shamba yangu. So the thing is, they take a shot, throw it inside the glass, and then it's filled up with not filled up. Maybe they just put with the energy drink, and now you have to drink it like that. So when we made a toast, I decided to. I told guys, wait first. I have to remove my shot glass. I drink it first before I take it.
And on that bombshell, I think we've had to remember the episode.
I think that was my most embarrassing moment. I remember my friend telling me, "When you don't watch movies."
He who makes people watch movies all the time. Are you not embarrassed? Are you not ashamed?
Yeah.
So then what happened after? They told you to let...
It was funny because I was the only black guy in that team at that time.
Okay.
So guys were looking at me like, yo, Kwani, where are you from? Yeah, it was really embarrassing.
It was. I can imagine.
I had lots of whispers after that.
Well, yeah. Sijali, yet here you are. What's your biggest pet peeve?
I think because I'm a really down-to-earth guy, I hate people who are full of themselves. That's...
What is a person who's full of themselves like to you? Aki, there's a mosquito here that's terrorizing us.
I don't know. I'll say someone who always wants to have the last word.
Okay.
For example. Yeah. Or a self-centered person. Yeah, that's, I think.
That's your biggest pet peeve? I
bet.
Okay.
If we specify it more, if I'm in a relationship, I would say maybe a cheat.
Oh, so a cheat, like someone who cheats.
Yeah. That can,
What if it's you cheating?
If it's not their pet peeve,
then you're happy to continue teaching and be Nairobi. It is well. Okay. What's my biggest pet peeve? I think people who just don't communicate. And I am realizing as I get older that children are one of the best communicators. I don't even know why it's normally an insult to kiambia mtu ako na utoto. Because children communicate, I'm hungry, I'm sad, I'm upset, I'm this. But adults cannot communicate to save their lives. People, you'll be calling someone, I call you back 1 week later. So I don't appreciate people who do not communicate. And maybe that comes from, it could be a toxic trait as well, because it comes from an element of control, of wanting to always be aware and pre-plan. But I don't appreciate people who don't communicate. And I don't like liars.
Have I ever lied to you? Oh, next question.
I plead the fifth. Okay. If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
I don't want to be so obvious with things like teleporting or what will I say? Please go first. Because I'll be so obvious. I don't want to say teleporting.
Yeah.
I want to say that you read people's minds or such. Yeah. Can you go first, please?
Genuinely, if I had a superpower, I would love to be invisible. Because I'm generally a very awkward person, more so socially awkward. So I don't like, I like people, but I also don't like people. Does that make sense? So I'll find if I'm in a setting where maybe I know someone, it could be family or like a friend, and then you bring around like 4 or 5 other people that I don't know, I instantly get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. It's something that I'm developing with age. So then in that space, I'm like, okay, I'm happy. I like everyone here, but for a moment, I would love to be invisible. So then you'll find instances where I like go outside or go to another room, or just my demeanor changes. But I'm very socially awkward. So if I had the option of being invisible, if and when I needed to, hey, I'll be a happy person. Yeah. Even in the office, imagine just feeling like, I'm not vibing with this place. Okay.
Hey, my current situation, yes.
You need to be invisible. It would be nice. Can I just work while no one sees me?
Yeah.
And then also those people just talk too much in the office, and then somehow they make you not get your tasks done, but then they've gotten their work done. So I like being invisible, because then there are times I just need silence. Anyway, I think I've said too much.
I'll say for me, maybe reading the future or something of the sort. Wow. Do we have a word for that?
It's called. What you remember? Did you watch Charmed? Remember Phoebe?
I never watched Charmed.
You never watched Charmed?
No.
So Phoebe was a psychic. Is that what they were? The three ladies. Yeah. So Piper could freeze. Prue could. I don't know what Prue could do. And then Phoebe was a psychic. So it's like she had Nini's flashes of what stuff that would happen in the future.
Funny thing, you've just reminded me. There was a series. I don't know if anyone knows about this series. You can comment. Yeah,
he watches weird stuff.
This series was on TV, I guess, back in the 90s, whereby this guy had a cat, and this cat used to deliver newspapers was it every morning or at night? Yeah. To this guy, telling him whatever will happen in the future. So this guy had to like save the situation before it happens. Yeah. You remember it?
I do. I remember. Yes.
I don't remember the name though.
Neither do I. If you remember the name, please comment down below. Actually, we sound so old.
Yeah.
So then that's the superpower that you'd want to have to predict the future.
Yeah, so that I just know what is in store for me. And I bet most people will love that.
I don't know if I would though. Wouldn't it make you anxious?
It's like asking someone if today was your last day or not. I mean, you have only 24 hours to live. Yeah, it's something similar.
Okay.
I bet.
Okay. What star sign are you? I know. I just want you to say it for yourself.
I don't know if I'll pronounce it well.
I know. Hata mimi hapo kwa pronunciation. Please just bear with us. Kizungu ilikuja na meli. Na hata dusha zikushika.
So born in November the 23rd. Yeah. Is it?
Go for it.
Is it Sagi or
Sagittarius? Okay. Yeah. There you go. You tried. Yeah. So that's what your star sign is. Yes. Do you know what traits come with that particular star sign?
I know nothing. I don't follow those things.
Do you know the star sign that you get along with or that you're aligned to?
Honestly, I don't believe in those things.
You don't? Okay.
I don't mind hearing people talk about them, but yeah, I'm not in such things.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
It's called
astrology? That's a study of the stars, right? Oh, wow. My mom can feel like school fees alilipa ilifanya kazi. I'm an Aquarius. Typical traits that come with being an Aquarius is Aquariuses are very petty people. Incredibly petty. And the fun fact is that Aquarius and Sagittarius actually really get along. Those are the stars that get along. Yeah.
Aquarius is between when and when?
I don't know it's between when and when, but I know it falls up of February, like late January coming into February.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Is that you trying to find out when my birthday is?
I didn't know your birthday.
Don't go about the corners. Come to me direct. If you don't know, it's fine. Anyway, what's the last thing you searched on Google? Kama ni Pornhub, sema tu kweli. This is a safe space.
Last thing I searched on Google was something to do with football. Okay. Today is the transfer deadline for football.
There we go.
And yeah, I was just checking whether my team signed someone. So yeah.
Which is your team?
Born and bred Liverpool.
There you go. Yeah. Liverpool fans in the house. This is one of your own.
Born meaning I was born sleeping on Liverpool merchandise. So
hey! Okay.
I knew Liverpool when I was born. So yeah, even when I started watching football, I was just telling people that I'm a Liverpool fan.
Was your old man a Liverpool
he was
fan?
A Liverpool
diehard
Liverpool fan. So I'm unlike most people who just support teams because they're winning.
So do you feel like that was an influence for you to support Liverpool?
Yeah.
Do you feel like your son will support Liverpool?
Oh, we had this challenge with my friends that we are not influencing anyone to
do anything.
We're not influencing our kids to support the teams we support. We just let them be.
Yeah.
But that's the hardest challenge ever.
So imagine how big in a household where he supports something else.
My son already has 3-4 jerseys for Liverpool. So yeah, I'm pushing him towards supporting Liverpool. Actually,
I'm happy you've admitted that because that's what I was going to say. It's like it's subtle pushing. It's like I mean, if you want to, but sasa vaa tu your jersey ya Liverpool. But if you don't want to, okay, cool. Yeah. So that's the last thing you searched on Google. The last thing I searched on Google was ERP. I was reading a friend's email, and I just didn't want to sound blonde out here asking, and what is this initial, and what is this? So that's what I was searching. If you ask me if I remember what it means, I don't. What the initial stands for, but I know what it means. Okay. So what would you do if you won the lottery? And you just now, 100 million pap on your lap. What would you do, really? This is interesting. I would want to know. What would you do if you won the lottery?
When you asked, the first thing that popped in my mind was ladies of Nairobi, one at a time.
You do what?
No, I'm joking. Sorry.
No. Speak your truth. It's not. This is not. And I'll keep emphasizing. This is a safe space. So just say what you. So you utawakunywa na straw. Well, so let me tell you, the only thing that's standing in between you and getting a hold of these ladies is money. Actually, we need to get you to win the lottery.
No, I was joking. Even without money, maybe, I'm not sure. Yeah. Anyway, what will I do?
Yeah.
First thing, I think I'll go to Santorini with AJ.
Okay.
I'll take a holiday with my son. Yeah. First thing. Then I go think things through.
As you take a holiday.
Yes.
Because let me tell you, you've been suffering. You need to rest.
Yeah.
So you take a holiday with your son. As you go and plan.
as I go.
So you go to Santorini where all the beautiful women are. Will you even come back with money that you're planning for?
My handsome boy taking all my attention.
We believe you. We do. We really do. We believe. Oh, okay, cool. What would I do if I won the lottery?
Yeah.
What I would do if I won the lottery? Honestly, I would take a nap. I would take a nap because I'm such an insomniac, and I feel like some of the things that make me not sleep well is just basic anxiety of life issues and everything that goes on. So I feel like I would sleep for like 24 hours and then just figure out the rest of my life. Oh, another thing, I think the first thing I would do is quit my job. I don't even know why I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
Hey, let me tell you, I would quit my job.
Yeah, I take my answer back. Yeah, I would quit my job.
By the way, you don't know, it's so funny because I think of the text I'm going to send my boss. In fact, I won't even text. I'll just not come in the morning. And then when she calls me, I would pick. And then I'll just be like, yeah, get someone else to do it. It's not me. I'm not the one. I'm not. So I definitely quit my job, yeah. And then have a nice nap. And then I'll plan after that. And also, I feel like, so in Nairobi, we really push the narrative of having like sponsors at a meal.
Mm-hmm.
I have always imagined in my head how that power play would work around if you're the woman with the money and all the resources, and then all these men are at your mercy. I feel like that's power I would want to experience at some point in my life. I think
it's the norm nowadays.
It is. Yeah. I'm not a man, I wouldn't know.
I think most ladies will concur with me because men out here, they're just clinging at women because they're the ones who have with the upper resources. Hand and they have the resources. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do you know men?
Sorry?
Do you know men? I speak from experience.
No.
You don't know them. You've heard of them.
It's the narrative nowadays. So, but I will go with your answer. But I will quit my job.
Okay.
I'll send my boss a warning.
My boss, if you listen to this, I love my job. I can't wait to wake up on Monday morning and just come and show up and do the most. It's lovely. I love it there. Jokes. Why are you passionate about what you do? First, are you passionate about what you do? Oh, wow.
Brain freeze, kidogo.
She just got real.
I bet I am. Mm-hmm. I am. It's just that that roller coaster ride is making me, losing it a bit. Mm-hmm. But I think I'm passionate about it. What was the question first?
Are you passionate about what you do? And then why are you passionate about what you do? Why? So what's your why? Not be out here saying, oh, I'm a son, I need to provide. No, why are you passionate about what you do?
Please answer that first. Also, sorry, everything you're answering.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it might be unfortunate or fortunate. Up to this point in my life, I'm 30, so I turned 30 this year. I feel like the better part of, except for the time when I was a teacher, most of the jobs I've had is just to like get by, like pay bills. You have to take care of what you need to take care of.
Yeah.
But the podcast and like giving back and working with people and just being a safe space for people, I think I do that to soothe my inner child. It's like I want to be for people what people were not for me. Does that make sense? So if I see someone who just needs support or needs someone to talk to, or like the things that I do, I don't know how to say it. It's like I know how it feels not to have that. And so if I can be that for someone, then why not? Yeah. That's what makes me... And I just sleep so well at night. Imagine someone came to you saying, oh, I feel like this and I feel like that. And then after talking to you, they're just like, wow, I have a whole new perspective. I think now I feel better. That makes me sleep so well. Yeah. That's the best melatonin I could take.
There was a time I told you that it felt like, not in a bad way, but it felt like I was talking to maybe a therapist when I was talking to you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because you are a great listener.
Oh,
so
thank
you. I really liked it because and I'm always so open when you talk. So,
Okay, cool. So why are you passionate about what you do?
Honestly, I don't think I'm passionate with what I do.
That's good. Here's the honesty coming through. Come through, honesty.
I'm not 100% passionate about it because
What's your main motivation in doing what you do right now?
You've just told me not to be so obvious because
so
I
it's
just
like paying
mentioned
bills. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, Sawa. There's no judgment here. What's one of your biggest challenges in life? Hey, these questions are getting deep.
My biggest?
What's one of your biggest challenges in life? Like in those years of earth that you've been here, tujaribu kuzeesha watu. If you're 20 and you feel like you can shoot your shot, here we are. But what's one of your biggest challenges in life?
Number one, I'm a very shy guy. So
yes, he's very shy. Have you ever watched that video for Michael Jackson was alikuwa anafanya interview and then he's being told ati do you like going on tour? And he was like, no, I don't like going on tour. And then he was told, where? For this particular documentary, you have to say you like going on tour. And then he switched up. He was like, I love going on tour. Tour is great. And then the entire crew just burst out laughing. I was like, why are you laughing? I was getting into it. I was telling the lie. I feel like that's what you're doing, Sai.
Yeah, I'm very shy. So my communication skills have been wanting for quite a while. So yeah. Have I answered your question?
That's your biggest challenge in life.
So just
your ability to communicate.
My ability to communicate. For example, I'm having an argument with someone.
Yes.
I always find it to be so hard to be convincing to the other party.
I hear
in most cases. I don't know if that makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense. I, however, want to probe further and ask, what's that one thing in those years of life you've been on this earth that you feel has been one of your greatest challenges? Because life stays lifing, but what's that one thing that you've gone through and you just feel like, this would have taken me out? I think that's what this question is asking.
Oh.
And there are that many? Wow, are you okay doing it?
I don't know. What should I go for? You can answer, I think. Sorry.
I feel like you've been through it. Hey, you have so many lineages to choose
from. Alcohol. It's the alcohol that is, yeah.
We believe you. Yeah. I think my biggest challenge in life, to be honest, is parenting, is motherhood.
Is it?
It's my biggest challenge and blessing. I'll say why, because it's very important to put context.
Okay.
So of course, you have 9 months to prepare, but 3 days into delivery, I became instantly a single mom. And so I spent the entire part of my pregnancy thinking I was going to do it with someone else. And then now I delivered and it was just me. And I was happy because me, I'm a very solution-oriented person. So I'm like, okay, we are here. We might as well just work with what we have. But just wrapping my head around, okay, then now I need to change the dynamics because I'll be doing this alone. That was, I think it took it's until very recently that I just wrapped my head around it and I was like, it's just me. I might as well just do it.
Yeah.
But then now the reward is just seeing the milestones and seeing this human who just thinks you're superhuman. It's just like, mommy can fix everything.
Yeah.
Even if mommy is such a mess. So yeah. My biggest challenge, but my greatest blessing. Because where would I... And I feel like my daughter gave me meaning. Because the way I was just out here acting the way I wanted. Where? Yes.
Yeah.
So your biggest challenge?
Let's pass on the question.
Okay, cool. Yeah, taki kushare. Itabidi mumeprobe.
The alcohol, yeah. I don't want to be so open with you guys also.
Blame it on
you, actually. So not the fans.
I know everything. He's lying. Anyway. Me, I know everything. I actually know what he's debating on saying, but he feels like he shouldn't say it here.
So, next question.
But I respect the fact that you don't want to discuss it, so that's okay.
Is it okay if I pass on a question?
It's fine, but now you just can't go passing on questions like that.
I've answered almost all the questions.
That's fine.
This is number, I think, 10 that I've passed.
It's okay. You can pass on that one. Who is the most influential person in your life and how did they impact you?
Good question.
Yeah.
Um, I think, to be honest, just as you asked the question, I've just realized everyone who comes to our lives, there's a way they impact us, and there's like an influence that they bring in our lives. Yeah. So every time I meet someone who is keen on just having a chit chat with me, I find them very influential, whether it's good or a bad conversation you're having. But if I'm just to answer the question, I'll just say my dad, because we used to have our moments whereby we used to have dinner together every other night, and I think he made me to be the person I am right now, whether good or bad. I used to we used to have dinner together with my dad, who like every other night, and I think we used to have really deep conversations, very, very deep conversations. And I think he made me to be the man I am, whether good or bad. I think he really influenced me a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. May you rest in peace.
Amen. So both good and bad attributes. That's how you're just going to... watoto unawalea alafu wanakuja kuongea hivi tu kwa podcast. No, I love my mom, both the good and the bad. Okay. The people who's the person who has had the most influence in my life? I think it's all because I come from a family of very strong women. So I think the person who's had the greatest influence in my life is my shosho, who I'm named after, Wanzu. Because people say I have a lot of traits that come from her. She was a people's person, which I'm not as I get older, but we keep it pushing. Very creative, very outspoken, very giving.
How old is your shosho?
Oh, she passed on, God rest her soul. She died when she was 56 in 1997.
And nice. You still remember?
I do, because when my mom had me when she was in uni, so I spent the better part of my childhood with my grandma. But I've had like stories. So she had 6 kids. She got married. Her first marriage didn't work. She had 2 kids and then got married in Luoland and had her other 4 kids, and then went back to school. After having 6 kids, went back to Gumbaru and got her education, and then went into the prison system and was employed. She was just awesome. She was just so I withdraw inspiration from the women around me, and also just people in general, because I feel like when you're observant and you allow yourself to experience people, then you get small insights here and there. Everybody has something to teach you, including our kids. Me, I've learned so much from my child. Okay. What is your favorite thing about yourself and why? Hey, Mr. Tall, Dark and Handsome. Tell us. We are here.
Favorite thing about myself and
why?
And why?
Yeah.
Were you supposed to answer first or what?
I mean, no, I feel like you should go first.
It should be.
I think, why do I feel like you're getting my answers so you know how to keep it?
Whether to play alternating.
Okay,
cool.
Alternating. Fine, I'm happy to go first. Yeah. Okay, the first one is so superficial, and I know it's a weird thing. My favorite thing about myself, first, is a bodily feature. Me, I really love my forehead. I know people call it a 5-head, but I just don't know what it is. I know East African girls have been in need. Chongolewa about their me, I really love my forehead. I'm so happy I have a 5-head. I can fit all my 5 fingers in it. Yeah. When I'm putting on makeup and I blend it, I just feel good. Whatever hairstyle I have and I just see my forehead, I feel so blessed. So I really love my forehead. Why? I just love it. I don't know. The other thing I love about myself, that one I'd have to think of. Me, I don't know. Because, the one I've said is kind of superficial. But what I can think of right off the bat is my forehead. I really love my forehead. I don't know why. It's such a strange thing to like, but I really do. Yeah. And also just find even... like, okay, now this is the... Msiaze kunijudge. It's not... here we are for everyone, including those people who are in the LGBTQI, CJFK, all that community. But even women with big foreheads just look so attractive, in my opinion. Ata wenye amna, you're beautiful just as you are. But yeah. So what's your favorite thing about yourself? So even
the foreheads that caused by the hairline just...
My hairline is not receding. I just have a guy. You people should see the one who's talking. You should see the person who's talking about receding hairlines here. Okay, it is well.
What do I like?
Anyway, what's your favorite thing about yourself and why?
I think my height, maybe.
Hey, okay.
Because I am 6'1". I still find myself short though.
In certain circles?
Yeah.
Okay.
But still, my height, because at times I just feel like I own the world when I stand with people like Wanzu, maybe, or...
I don't know why people are making hate speech and disrespecting me on my own platform. I personally appreciate. Yeah, I feel like that's something that I equally appreciate as well. Yeah. It's good to have tall people around you.
Yeah.
So you really appreciate your height.
I do.
I feel like that's one of your best features. Like when you wake up in the morning, you're just like, what's going for me? I feel like my height is one of the best things that's going on for me.
In my family, I don't know, because I remember we were asking my mom. Height ilitoka wapi? Because my brother is so short. My sister is just there. Yeah.
And there's you.
I think my dad was around 6 there. Or, yeah, maybe 6'1". Yeah, but I was told that my grandparents were really tall.
Are you named after one of your grandparents?
Oh, yes, funny. Because my middle name used to be... Should I say it?
If you want to.
I'll be judged.
Well, you know, let me tell you, there's those group of men that your mother normally tells you to stay away from. So I feel like if you preempt your middle name, you'll just be checking off that checklist. But
you don't know my middle name. Should I say it? It will be the first time for you to... You don't know. My middle name is Anthony White.
Yeah, get out. Just get out. Me na natumalizia hapo. This podcast is this episode is done. What were your parents trying to do? How many names do you have?
Sorry. Anyway, my middle name is Norbert.
Hey.
No One But You. Do you remember that series? Yeah. Anyway, Norbert. So that's my that's my mom's dad.
So you're named after your mom's dad?
Yes, my middle name Norbert, but when I was getting my ID, I just decided to forget about the name.
Norbert. It's giving wise people. We're not racist.
Yeah, I was white people. I'm the whitest black.
You are. Kwanza he's testing. Yeah. It's giving sijui which country. How are you different than your old self last year?
I think I will say I'm more of a believer.
In terms of?
Everything. My faith. Like believing in myself.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to the question is last year.
Yes.
Yeah, last year was a very shitty year for me, and
Oh yeah.
I remember a friend of mine used to tell me, next year time like this, we'll go back and
You know, a friend of mine told me that last week, and I was just like, I'm tired of hearing that phrase.
Yeah, and I think a funny thing, we were with him last week, and he was like,
see,
next year, a time like this, things will definitely be different again. And I'm not in a bad place. I'm in a good place as we speak. But I've really changed and I've grown as a man.
What's one thing you feel that you've done that you've grown? Like one aspect of your life that you've grown? I may feel like that's for yourself to know.
Let me just give it to myself.
Yeah. Okay. Polybus. How are you different than your old self last year? I'm very aware of aspects of my personality that stem from my childhood and upbringing, both good and bad. And I'm very conscious of changing them or amplifying them, changing the bad ones and amplifying the good ones. Yeah, so that's how I would say I am different. What character traits do you most respect in other people?
Should I go with the obvious?
Yeah.
Like honesty.
Okay. For me, it's also honesty. It's the laughter at the end for me.
Yeah. Mention one trait.
It's honesty.
Oh,
Because
that's
I just feel like if people were more honest, we would manage expectations. We would, it's just honesty. If you don't want to do something, say I don't want. If you want to do it, say I want.
Yeah.
If you're in a space where, and I think I was talking to someone about this, whether we like it or not, we're getting older. So we're in that space in our lives where, you remember when we were younger, when you say, oh, Nani's grandma has died. So now our parents are the grandmas.
Mm-hmm.
So then mortality is something that's getting closer than we initially thought it was.
Yeah.
So I just feel like in life there's no space for I'll just do it tomorrow. So if you have a loved one close, just tell them that you love them. If you need to do something, just do it. If if you don't like something, just say. Yeah.
It's so weird for me because I've never mentioned it to. I only say I love you to my son, I guess. Uh-huh. I've never mentioned that to my mom, but I love her. So
here, I think we need to change that. It's midnight as we record this. Otherwise, we would have challenged him to call his mom and tell him that he loves her. And tell her that he loves her. Yes. Well, kizungu inapotea. Okay, so I think we are going to come to an end. What keeps you up at night? That's the second last one. That's actually the third last one. I just want to see one.
What keeps me up at night?
Yes. What keeps you up at night? It can also be superficial. It can be super goofy. It doesn't have to be something deep. Yeah. Oh, how I'll change the world.
Mm-hmm. What keeps you up at
night? A lot. Where do we begin? How much time do you have? I mean, I said it again and I'll say it now. I'm at a point where I'm doing a lot of learning and relearning. And so every day comes with its own fair share of blessings and challenges. And sometimes the events of the day or whatever it is that I unearth can just make me feel like, because my brain sometimes goes on overdrive. So experiences, basically. Mm-hmm. And just life. Sometimes you just feel like sleep is not the most important thing right now. I just need to think. So yeah. I think that keeps me up at night is conflict. When I'm upset, I can't sleep.
When you're talking about sleep, have you ever had that thing from E.T.? E.T. is Eric. Is it called Eric Turner?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry? Yeah, he used to say that sleep is for
the weak. This is the sleep for the dead?
For poor people.
I know there's a verse like that in the Bible. A little slumber, a little sleep, and poverty comes meaning like a river.
Yeah, so I was talking about the way that's 50 Cent to say that sleep is for poor people. And then Beyonce said that he had to go, I don't know, 1 or 2 days without sleep because she was reiterating that saying whereby they say that you don't stop when you're tired, you stop when you're done.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, one thing about me, I'll get my rest. When I need to tap out, I'll tap out, which is mostly during the day because I can't sleep at night to save my life. Yeah. So what keeps you up at night then? Huyu sasa analalanga kama maiti, ndio maana ana content. Do you even stay up at night?
I do. Like I told you, last night I slept at 3.
So maybe if something upsets you, then it will keep you up at
and
night.
At times, but nowadays I'm kind of in a bit of a safe space. But earlier it was all about my son. Mm-hmm. I used to be so worried with this co-parenting thing.
Okay.
and how he will turn out to be. Because I think I've ever mentioned this to you that whatever values I'm teaching him, I don't know whether he's getting the same experience with a mom on the other end.
That's a worry
so
for you.
It really used to worry me a lot. Yeah. And I know I have a lot of questions to answer, so I always try and figure out how I'm going to deal with those things.
Oh, you do? Ngoja tu anze kuuliza. Sijui utajificha wapi. Me, I'm answering those questions now. It's not funny.
Yeah.
Okay, the second last one. How did you meet your significant other, if you have one?
And if I don't?
So if you don't, then you say you don't. Sasa kwani you say you have and you don't have?
I don't have one.
Okay.
What about you?
The only important man in my life is the man that's printed on money. Money, 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 money. So if it's at the moment, it's Jomo Kenyatta.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if you can share a link, a song about money. I'll share it with you, so you'll just see.
We'll put the link in the description box.
It's a really nice.
Is it that song you made me listen to ile siku tulikuwa na watch Family Guy?
Oh, it's
that song.
Yes.
When it's you can never win with money. It's like you have it, and then now it's a problem. You don't have it, it's a problem. Okay, cool. So I want to do the last one. Yeah. What's your favorite quote? Quote? Yes. No. Or we could interchange it, yeah? I can give you 2 questions and then you choose which one you want to answer. What's your favorite quote? Do you have a life motto? And what is it? So you can choose either of those 2 to answer.
I think I will go with what's my favorite quote. Yeah. I don't know if I will say it correctly. Do you want to Google it? Can I do that as you answer the question?
Yeah. Okay.
You answer them.
My favorite quote is something I quote all the time. It's by one of my favorite people.
But me Googling it seems like it's not even my favorite quote because I cannot.
But maybe you don't know it word for word.
I want to use the correct
You have the idea of it. Okay.
I'm sorry, guys, for that.
It's okay. My favorite quote is "When you know better, you do better." It's by Maya Angelou. I think over time I've learned the art of just being gracious to yourself because you can't give what you don't have. And sometimes we're very hard on ourselves. You're just like, I should have done this, I should have done that. But you do what you have according to the information that you have at the time and the resources. And then you just speak what you learn from your experiences and you move. And then the decision to do better or not to do better or to just stay in that position is ultimately yours. So for me, it's when you know better, you do better.
Okay.
As we stay clowning in this Nairobi, you're out here woke giving relationship advice. Sazenya where? Hey! Anyway, we move.
Yeah. So I think I've found it, and it says success isn't owned; it's leased, and the rent is due every day.
I feel like people are going to know what it is that you do. Just judge on that quote. It's giving corporate. Anyway.
No. Honestly, it's just it. I think it always just gives me that drive that I should never slack. Each and every day, you just need to grind and give it your all because the moment. Look, I think also I'll say this other quote when you're tired. When you feel like you don't want to do anything, feel like you just need a little bit of rest, just know one thing. No one cares.
Actually, no one cares.
No one cares.
Unless you win. Because now when you win, people want to start out here acting like they care about you.
I'll go with that. That's, I think, my favorite quote. No one gives a damn. So you just have to give it your all each and every other day.
It's giving salty though. Do you feel like no one really does give a I don't know.
No one gives a damn. Have you ever been in a situation whereby things are not going well and maybe you're talking to your mom or dad and you're like...
Let me tell you a story.
Yeah.
There's this friend of mine, I think you know them. So they were in this situation where they had lost their job, the relationship wasn't going very well. And so they were having a conversation with their mom. And so their mom is just like, Sasa, where? And then, when you've lost your job, after Mamako Onangi says, you've lost your job, he's out to say, you don't have to work. Now, your spouse is gone. So when you said that, I thought about that situation.
My mom used to. So,
Sinakumbuka? Nani?
I was in a similar situation.
You don't say.
Omondi, ulirogwa.
Shasema jina. There you go. These are the people you should not be dating in Nairobi. Save yourself.
Yeah, so I think, I'll go with that. Yeah. No one cares whether you have a bad day, whether things are not going well. Yeah, nobody cares about what you're going through. No one cares. So you just have to put in the shift each and every other day.
Yeah.
Because, it is rented every other day. It is leased, so you have to push and push each.
It's like how you're just working to pay rent.
Yeah, because that day you slack.
Okay.
5 steps back.
Okay. Do you feel like that's something that you apply in your life? Or you try to?
I think it's something I need to remind myself each and every other day. Because
yeah. Okay, cool. Reminds me of something I read. I posted on my WhatsApp stories today. I said I just want to be a calm person. Because I feel like life happens, but the only thing you have control over is how you choose to respond to things. Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, thank you for coming on to the podcast. Did you have fun?
Yeah, it was. It started a bit, I was a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Would you
tell it up well?
Would you come back again?
Next episode I'm on.
Najua hawa ni mafans. They'll be out here requesting for you to come.
Hope so.
Okay. Well, thank you
for
coming.
I'll be there. I'll definitely be there. This is nice.
My first time too. It's giving cathartic. Do you feel?
Yeah. I do.
Okay. Sawa. Thank you for coming on. He's not on social media. Ningewambia mumfollow, but here we are. I've asked you people to send me M-Pesa. I'll put a till number or phone number down below, and if you want to connect with him, just act right, and then I might just share his number. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I hope you had so much fun. It's not everyday heavy topics and things and just reflecting and feeling like you're a messed up person or stuff like that. Sometimes we keep it cute, we keep it light, and maybe just helping you get a bit of insight and get to know me a bit better, and also the guests that I bring on. Sending you so much love and hugs and light, and I will see you on the next one. Bye. Thank you so much for tuning in. What's some of the things that we discussed on today's episode that you really resonated with? Perhaps you even have a similar story or something that really tickled you. I would love to get your feedback. You can find me on Instagram at the Walking with Wanzu podcast. You can also find me on Gmail. You can write me an email, tewanzu@gmail.com. Better yet, you can leave a note if you're listening on Spotify or any other streaming platform and let me know whatever spoke to you during this particular episode. Life is too hard to go through it alone. Let's just do life together. Until next time, bye-bye.